You are the doctor, they say, who can work miracles.
Hello, Kajal.
Street beggars make more money if they're legitimately blind. So the stepmother poured sulfuric acid in each of her eyes.
Maybe 1% of vision remains. There's no chance to save it. She reminds me of Lily.
I know as long as we are together, we'll be okay. I will always protect you.
There is some part of me that thinks if I can help Kajal out of the dark, maybe...
Let's take her! No!
I can help Lily out of hers.
You cannot change the past, Ming.
She doesn't deserve to suffer anymore.
Thought you said it was impossible.
I have to succeed.
I'm with you, Ming.
There's some things in the past that I can't get over.
Who says you have to get over them?
I'm Dr. Ming Wang. This powerful new movie from Angel Studios tells the story of patience that brought me out of darkness and taught me to see again. All of us are a little broken, but by sharing stories with each other, we can come to heal together because there's more to life than what we see. Invite your family and friends and share the gift of sight. Sight is in theaters starting May 24th, Memorial Day weekend. Click the link below or visit angel.com/sight to pre-order your tickets because there's more to life than what we see.
There we go. Hello, welcome to the Parenting Connections show. I'm your host, Dr. Tyra Hodge, and today our guest is Dr. Ming Wang. You'll be seeing Dr. Wang soon all over the place with his new movie releasing Memorial Day, and I'm so excited to have him here as a guest. Dr. Wang, thank you so much for being so kind to come on my show.
Thank you, Tara. I was putting up my special tie for you.
Oh,
my eye chart tie.
Thank you so much. Dr. Wang, okay, so I met you at NRB and you spoke after the press conference. We got to do a viewing of your movie Sight that's coming out, and it was an amazing experience. And the reason why I invited Sky on, I don't know if she's still there with this. Are you still there, Sky?
I'm here, yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. I invited her because I don't want to spoil anything, but Sky knows when I came back from Tennessee, I was almost changed in the way that I was thinking about education. You said something so profound, and I don't have the clip of what you said to me, but I asked you about your view on public education. And because of your experiences being an immigrant, but struggling for everything that you had, I just thought you would be the perfect speaker. But first, let's talk about the movie Sight.
Yes, the movie Sight is based on my autobiography, From Darkness to Sight, which I wrote about 10 years ago about journey as an immigrant, a minority, came from China, struggled through Cultural Revolution, came to America many years ago, nearly penniless, only $50, with a Chinese English dictionary. I appreciate so much the opportunity that America has offered to me. And also, in the process, I want to pay back as an immigrant minority. So I built a foundation to help blind orphan children. So my autobiography is called From Darkness to Sight, about the remarkable journey of these kids, those blind orphan children from around the world. Our foundation has been able to help over the past 2 decades, their journey from darkness to light, but also in the process, how these kids, their courage and the determination have also helped me, their eye doctor, to come from my own darkness to light emotionally and spiritually.
Wow. I think I heard you say that you were actually an atheist before. Is that correct?
That's right. Yes,
What
it's
changed?
have you seen this movie, God's Not Dead?
Yes.
In that movie, there's cute Chinese student who went from being atheist at the beginning of the movie and then became a believer at the end of the movie, who stood up in the classroom said, God is not dead. And that was me. That was inspired by my life story.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. More secrets. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Okay, so in China, it was China, correct, that
yes,
where
yes.
you lived. Okay. So what I'm seeing now in America, so we have wars kind of between the MS-13 and the cartel. So these are our immigrant, beautiful kids that are coming in. And so we have these things going on. And so even though they come to America to have a new life, to get a fresh start and everything, sometimes they're still pulled in. In your country, without telling too much of the story, there were gangs in the movie trying to pull you in, pretty much bully you into becoming a member of, I think it was social justice. They were trying to make China better. I got that part, but then they were doing it the wrong way.
Right. Yes. You know, as every immigrant, we have a balance, right? Between how do we not forgetting the past, but not being stuck in the past, but also move on, embrace the present. So my past is characterized by the Cultural Revolution, where those Red Guards were destroying the universities and colleges, and all the universities were shut down for 10 years in China from 1966 to 76. And 20 million young people were sent away to labor camp. So those was extraordinarily difficult time. And I fought against that, came to this country. And I was able to find freedom, but also to have found God and Christ in America, realizing that life is not just about science, it's about also science and faith. Science is the tool and the faith is the purpose. I've got a PhD in laser physics, and but I want to become a laser eye surgeon, so I got my second doctorate degree, and this time in medicine from Harvard and MIT. And so I've performed over 55,000 laser vision corrections, including over 4,000 doctors. In the movie side, Tara, that you saw that there's a story of a development of a new technology, sight restoration technology called amniotic membrane contact lens. It was inspiration from God that wanted to study research on fetus, but don't want to touch the baby, do not want to affect life. But not doing research is also wrong. We want to improve the quality of life through research. So the inspiration is to use the amniotic membrane that used to surround all of us to give us the ability to heal without scar. So through much research, I developed the amniotic membrane contact lens, which is now used worldwide by tens of thousands of eye doctors in nearly every nation, and millions of patients have had their eyesight restored.
This is amazing. Sky, do you have any questions yet?
No, I'm a little overwhelmed. I didn't really know, I guess, what we were going to talk about and how much that you have done. I am curious for no other reason but my own personal just, are you still practicing, like, are you still doing and practicing like as an eye doctor? Are you still doing
Yes.
that?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I'm actually doing research and practicing medicine. You know, all of us, all three of us here today, Sky, Tara, and me, we are all affected by 5 eye conditions that we cannot escape as human beings: nearsightedness, farsightedness, astigmatism, presbyopia, the reading difficulty over age 45, and the cataract. And now in year 2024, we got technologies that can fix all 5 conditions, including reading, and from age 18 to 107. And I'm actually performing these procedures. And for example, the Forever Young lens surgery is a surgery can actually treat all 5 human eye conditions: nearsighted, farsighted, astigmatism, presbyopia, and cataract. So it's
So which one is it? Because I'm getting old, that my eyes are getting weak and I can't read stuff that is small
Yeah.
anymore. Which
Yeah,
one is that?
that's the presbyopia, the number 4. And up until a few years ago, we had no treatment. So for the longest time, when somebody came to me, Tara said, Dr. Wang, I'm getting older. I have to push things further to read. What I used to tell them, because we couldn't fix that condition, this is what I used to tell them, Tara. I said, well, Johnny, you're getting older. The reason that you have to push things further and further to read is not because of your eye problem, because I couldn't fix it. I said, because as you get older, your arm's getting shorter. So then they say, what is the diagnosis? I said, short arm syndrome. So now we got technology. Tara, if you have the short arm syndrome, you come to me. I just stretch your right arm about 2 inches. And that's not the problem every single time. No, it's just kidding. We do have a technology called Forever Young Lens that can actually, in one surgery, fix all 5 human eye conditions: nearsighted, farsighted, astigmatism, presbyopia, and cataract. So you never need glasses to drive. You never need reading glasses to read, and you will never have cataracts.
Wow. So do we have to go all the way to get that to you? But you invented it, so I'm sure you've trained up a whole bunch of people to do it now.
Yeah, I've been very blessed. I have a dual degree. I have a MD from Harvard and MIT, but also I have a PhD in laser physics, as I explained. So I've been teaching eye doctors from around the world to utilize these new technologies. I've published 10 textbooks in ophthalmology, surgical skill, the technology aspect, because that's what most of the doctors are not strong at. They're strong in medicine. They gone to medical school, get an MD, but they have not got the chance to get a PhD in laser physics. So I've been teaching the doctors around the world by publishing these 10 textbooks.
Wow. Okay, so the big question and why Sky is here is what you said about the difference between American education, and because it's a big concern to me that our schools are failing and failing and failing. And we know you learned 2 languages in America. And we know that other countries, the students usually learn 2 languages. And a lot of our school districts here are only teaching 1 language, but yet we're still falling behind in education. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Yes. Every year there's a competition of math, biology, chemistry, physics of the top 30 industrialized countries. There's actually a documentary called Waiting for Superman and about that. And among these top 30 industrialized countries, our students from America consistently score the last. But not only that, there's ignorance that's not good, but there's even something worse than being ignorant. That is not knowing, even knowing one is ignorant. Even though the American students have scored consistent last place in those math, physics, biology, chemistry tests, but in one category, American students have consistent scored the highest, which is confidence. So it's one thing to not know. It is far worse not knowing one does not know. So we need to recognize we live in a new world today, a world that is filled with rapid development of science and technology, with artificial intelligence, ChatGPT. Unless our students catch up with the rapid development in science and technology, develop their curiosity, the learning to desire, we're going to fall behind as a nation. We're not going to we're not going to be able to educate our students who can actually master the skill set, what modern economy, technology truly needed. So the question is, how do we build that sense of curiosity, sense of drive in our students? And the part of which is relative to the world, our students have a relative more comfortable living condition, that one time I had this talk, and I was saying, we need to appreciate what we have. And one student raised up said, Dr. Wang, my parents, they made altogether $40,000. We have family of 4. I have a younger brother, and we're struggling. Why we in better condition? I mean, we are struggling. I said, $40,000. He said, yes. I said, do you know what $40,000 means in the world scale, in the worldwide scale, in terms of household income? He said, I don't know. I said, how about top 1%?
Wow.
So the point is that we are relative to the world. We are living in a relatively quite well-to-do country. We still have our problems, but relative to the world, the poverty, that we are much better off. So that result in students have reduced motivation and the drive. In fact, worse than that, many students are living in a virtual world today. They're living in cell phone, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and they are watching these stories on their cell phone, people the fabricated the fictitious stories, right? So Sight, the movie Sight, is changing the life of many young people who, after watching Sight, realize that they actually come out of the virtual world they're living, where they stay in that bedroom in the house, and when come to dinner table, have hardly anything to talk about with their parents, right? That now they finally landed on the real world. They're able to talk to me, a real person, a real life story, a story of a perseverance, a story of a grit, a tenaciousness, the story of overcoming. And so it's a tremendously motivating for students to realize that even though their life is better today than their parents, but if they set a higher goal, they can become motivated again. And another time I was giving a presentation to some inner city kids, and one student raised a question, and he said, Dr. Wang, I know that you fought, against bad things in your life, but I wanted to fight. How can I fight? I don't know how to fight. I said, well, the way is like a tree, the ability to fight poverty, fight, the life's challenges, that all difficult circumstances, is you have to develop the ability to fight, and that ability is like a tree. You have to develop over time. You will not come overnight. So when you meet the small challenges, don't give up. Fight it. Be inventive, and try to overcome that. And when you win the little small victory, you gain more confidence. Then you can fight bigger fight later in life. There are many, many challenges. For example, discrimination, whether it's racial discrimination or sexual discrimination, all kinds of things. When I realized that the answer to ending these discriminations lies within you, Don't believe it. Stand up, work even harder, prove something about yourself, and later come back to tell the person, hey, you're wrong. So my main point is that we're living in a challenging world, and often with much dark corners, right? Sight this movie to encourage all of us to see beyond pain, our circumstance, ourself, our own culture, and our polarization.
Oh, wow. 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 Dr. Wang, thank you so much. Scott, do you have any more questions for Dr. Wang?
No, I don't. I'm again overwhelmed. No, you were talking about all of the different problems with the eyes, and so of course I was thinking, oh my gosh, I have all kinds of things wrong with my eyes. It's just very interesting. But your approach to education it's captivating. I mean, for me, it is. There's so much truth and so much strength in what you said, and it's so applicable to all students in all
students,
districts.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. And our students are immigrants from all over, and so mostly Latin, countries, but they struggle so much, but they come here for a better life. But a lot of them come with the chip on their shoulder, and we try so hard. I try so hard. My team tries so hard to reach them. But the things you've said, I mean, I can really relate to that. And just the not giving up. We had a wonderful superintendent a few years ago, and I want to do everything at one time. And he used to say, Sky, we're going to eat this elephant one bite at a time. And I used to think that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. But I see that's exactly like you talk about the small battles, small victories. And that's what we're trying to teach our students.
Yes, and sometimes, students wonder what will bring the success to their lives. So what's the most important predictor for success? Well, what I learned is not good looks. It's not, I don't have one. It's not good looks. It's not IQ. It's not even EQ. It's none of that. The most important predictor for success, and we need to make every single one of our students realize, is their grit. Is the
I agree.
Grit.
It's the determination, and it's the ability to fight difficult circumstances. It's the ability to see beyond. So our focus of education should be help these students develop their grit. It doesn't have to be gigantic problem to begin with, it can be small problem, but help them overcome their small problem, have them build the confidence in their own tenaciousness, their grit. So later on, they can overcome bigger problems. And then all this time, always remember that doesn't matter where we are in life. We could have a little bit better off, a little bit worse off in our economic situations. But if we set a higher goal, a higher purpose-driven life, doesn't matter what life circumstance, we can always motivate our students, because no matter how comfortable we are, how not comfortable, compared with the higher goal, we always have much further to go. It's that curiosity, it's that drive, it's that working towards a higher goal that will truly motivate our students.
Wow.
I agree. I agree.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you, Dr. Wang. And I hope you will come to Texas to visit us and to visit our students. We
Thank you.
actually have the fastest growing subdivision in the United States here
Oh,
in
wow.
Texas. And we also have the fastest growing school district in fastest growing subdivision in the United States. But the
Yes.
fastest growing school district in Texas.
Yes.
Dr. Wang, thank you so much. Y'all need to go see the movie Sight. You are going to be blessed. Dr. Wang, thank you so much for blessing us with your presence.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's May 24th, Memorial Day weekend in theaters across the United States. And the ticket can be obtained by angel.com/site.
Yes, I
Thank
think
you
this
so
thing is going to
much.
win Oscars. I really do. I
Thank
really
you.
do. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.